Hey everyone, and welcome to a bit of a channel update. So I'm making this update just to address something, especially for those of you who don't hang out on Discord regularly. And this might be a bit of an elephant in the room, I'm not really sure. At least for those of you who don't hang out on Discord. And I normally don't really talk about these things on my channel. I keep it to gaming only because that's what it's for. But judging from some of the comments I got over the past few months, I guess some of you noticed I'm a bit more unfocused than usual in a lot of my videos. And there's a good reason for that. I mean, technically it's multiple reasons actually. But I mean, you all know what's been going on in 2020. I don't really have to tell you. At least I hope I don't have to tell you. But the point is, it's been a really rough year for me. In multiple different ways. Financially, personally, I mean on YouTube, but I'm not really talking about YouTube here. But like pretty much every aspect of my life, from my finances to like my personal plans, pretty much everything has been completely messed up as a result of this year's events. I had quite a few long-term plans that were going to come to fruition around 2020. But now that's not happening. For example, I was planning to move. I don't really want to get into that too much, but I've been looking forward to that moment, like no joke, for at least the past few years. And now that's not happening. I mean, I'm not even sure if it's going to happen at all. Not just soon, but like at all. At this point, nobody knows what's going to happen here and next year and the year after that. And that was something I was planning like literally for years, at least for the past 5-6 years. And I was really looking forward to that like finally happening this year. But now it's not happening. Now I'm not even sure if it's happening like before 2024, 2025. I don't know. And there are multiple different reasons for that, my finances being one of them. And like, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty much every area of my life has been a complete wreck this year. Every single one, from YouTube to like my personal life, to like my finances, to my plans for the future, like literally everything. It's been a complete wreck. The past few months have been pretty much the worst consecutive 5 months like ever in my life. I had the worst time at some points in the past, especially in like early to mid 2000s, but it wasn't like 5 consecutive months in a row. It was ups and downs, even though the downs were pretty damn low back then, but it wasn't like 5 consecutive months of being like completely miserable. And that's what 2020 has been for me. I still do enjoy making videos, and I'm glad you guys who are sticking around are enjoying them, but it's really hard to stay focused. And sometimes like I'm definitely not in the right mindset to like record at all, and I avoid recording then. So when I do record videos, it's basically like when I'm having better time. But that better time is still like significantly worse than my usual average was in the past, I don't know, 5-10 years. But it's also one of the reasons why I've been enjoying streaming on Twitch again, because it's a completely different format and a different dynamic. It's a more chilled out format from my perspective. I can just sit down, play for a bit, talk with chat. Like I don't have to talk constantly, which is a big one for me. And just generally speaking, it's a more chilled out format. Not to mention, I can play like a less popular game and not have the algorithm wreck everything on my channel, both in the past, in the present, and in the future. And that's kind of how YouTube algorithm works, and it's really frustrating. Like if I do something that I know for a fact will underperform, then YouTube algo will wreck everything else I do. That's how it works. And it's really frustrating. On Twitch it doesn't matter. So I've been streaming even non-strategy games on Twitch recently, like Katie's. That's quite a fun game. And for those of you who don't know, my Twitch stream is twitch.tv/Marbozir. I mean, as you might have guessed. Mind you, my streams are not exactly super regular. I've been trying to keep them to a minimum of 2 streams per week. And so far I'm keeping up with that. But there isn't a specific schedule right now for the reasons I mentioned in the past 5 minutes. I do, however, intend to keep it separate from YouTube, so I will likely be doing some very different things over there. There's a good chance I will be playing a fair few non-strategy games. Games that have literally nothing to do with strategy. Like my past few streams have been Hades, for example. That's an action roguelike from Supergiant Games. Quite a fun game. But I've also done Command & Conquer Remastered. Finished the whole Node campaign and the whole Soviet campaign in Red Alert. And then I also did the Ant mini campaign. Anyway, all of this is also why I've been kind of avoiding YouTube comments lately. I mean, like in the past few months. I still read them when I'm having a better day, but like I noticed quite a few people complaining that I'm unfocused here or there, and I just explained why that is. And honestly, like, trust me, I'm well aware of that, but the alternative is just like not recording anything, basically. That's the alternative. I'm really like doing my best to try to put out good content still. But at the end of the day, I'm only human, like I'm not a robot. I kind of wish I was at this point, but alas. So I guess that's mostly it. I was on the fence about whether to even record this video at all, but those of you who hang out on my Discord regularly already know most of this, so I figured I'll record a channel update for those of you who are not on my Discord. It's just that there's already more than enough depressing shit going on everywhere, and I really didn't want to add to that. Especially since I'm well aware gaming is a form of escapism for a lot of people. Myself included, obviously. So I just didn't want to add to all that depressing crap. But at the same time, I wanted to let you guys know what's been going on with me. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all of you who stayed with me, especially like in the past 3 years, which haven't been great for my channel, as you probably know, which has obviously not helped the whole situation I talked about in the past few minutes. But that gives me like a whole new level of appreciation for all those of you who sticked around. So thank you. We have no idea how much that actually means to me, especially this year. And I guess that wraps up this video. There are a few things I would like to do here on YouTube. I have actually been talking with an editor recently, so that's part of it. It's just that things have been moving slower than usual. Again, for all the reasons I mentioned in the past few minutes. But I still got some plans, and I will make them happen sooner or later. And as I already said, I have been streaming regularly on Twitch since early May, at least twice a week. I had at least 2 streams per week since early May, and I plan to keep that up. I have definitely been enjoying the streams. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it for this channel update. I'm sorry if it sounded kind of depressing. That's pretty much the reason why I wasn't really sure whether I want to make it at all. But here we are, so that's what's been happening. If you listened to all of it, thank you. One thing I can tell you for sure is that my channel will always be here. It is one of the things that has been keeping me sane, and I really appreciate every single one of you. So if you made it to the end, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.